Hey guys, it's Gene from Black Hole Outfitters. Just want to let everybody know we're having our end of season clearance event. Every Old Town boat we've got hundreds of them are on sale. Get the best prices of the season on new, pre-paddled, and demo boats. Check out blackholeoutfitters.com. Give us a call at the shop. You're going to get the best price on an Old Town that you'll ever get all year long. Check us out.
The Fishing News is sponsored by these fine partners.
Before we begin this weekly video fishing forecast, I want to thank everyone for coming out to the show last week. Dave Marciano was a great guest and took the time to speak with many of you. Let me know in the comments your thoughts of the event, what you enjoyed, or anything we need to improve upon. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the October glossy issue is out now. Check out my article, Tagging from the Surf, and click on the card in the top right to watch a video demonstration. We also have an update on the striped bass tagging study by New Jersey, Delaware managing editor Jim Hutchinson. And for you sweetwater enthusiasts, Jesse Hall has a great read on those fall bucket mounts. Remember, $29.95 gets you 12 glossy print issues and all the weekly digital content plus full access to the website. And best of all, you can compete in our Dreamboat and Coastal Kayak Clash contest.
We are the Fish Bites Nation, and this is your invitation. So grab some fish bites and get busy casting, because you can't join the nation without doing the catching.
Tournament season is here, and here's a quick rundown of the upcoming competitions. October 8th is the Fire Island Surf Masters Tournament on Ocean Bay Parkway. October 9th is the Montauk Fall Run Castoberfest casting demo with Timothy O'Rourke. October 10th is the Generations Bass Tournament hosted by the Harbor Crab Marina and Restaurant. October 15th is the Corker Cup Challenge hosted by Montauk Surfcasters Association. And also on the 15th is the Bergen Bay Docks 7th Annual Fall Striped Bass Tournament. On October 22nd is the Bodie's 2nd Annual Striper Tournament. Entry fee is $100 per boat. Boundaries are from Shinnecock to Jones Inlet. On October 21st through 23rd is the Babylon Fall Surf Fishing Classic. And last, but definitely not least, is the October 28th to 30th Fred Golofaro Memorial Surf Fishing Classic. For all the details, click on the card on the top right or visit thefisherman.com/events.
I'm Captain Greg DeBrule of the party boat Blackhawk out of Niantic, Connecticut. You've seen us at the sport shows, you've seen us on TV, magazines, newspapers. Now you can come fish with us, okay? We're fast, we're clean, and we're comfortable. And besides that, we catch them, ask around. Come visit us at blackhawksportfishing.com. We'll save a seat for you.
Now, let's go around the map and I'll tell you what I've been hearing. To the west, the action has been fair to very good in the bay and local bridges and the ocean. The Fluke responded to whatever was offered, including spearing, squid, peanut bunker, and snappers or sea robin strips. Weak fish are in good supply at Massapequa Cove, Copeg Hole, and Gilmour. They have been taken on bass assassins, fish bites, and bucktails with squid. To the west and in around Jamaica Bay, anglers are doing a beatdown on blues, bass, and weak fish. Along the central south shore, the fish are definitely heading towards the inlets for a mass exodus as the fall approaches. The season is open until October 9th, so grab some gulp, spearing, and bucktails for great lake season fluke action. And if you want to have flat-out fun, take some clams and clam chum and anchor off anywhere in either bay for all the blowfish you want to catch. Weak fish action in Great South Bay has been good, with afternoon hours and early morning trips producing the most fish, to 8 pounds, on soft plastics. I also will add that I had a good session with the Fluke over the weekend in the back bays using fish bites and some live peanut bunker. On the east end of the island, some of the boats were able to get out before the blow and reported good fluke and sea bass fishing, along with good striper fishing near Block Island. The bait is loaded up in the bays and around the island. Still, we should see some excellent fishing once all settles. We also did hear some great fluke fishing in Shinnecock Bay, and among the great catches was a 14-pounder on the Shinnecock Star caught by Gary Levari from East Quogue. The fish fell for a spearing and fluke belly combo. Along the North Shore, the anglers did have the opportunity to get out fishing. They found some fair to good action depending on what they pursued. Porgies and sea bass made up most of the action, while most of the bays and harbors did hold an ample amount of stripers and bluefish thanks to the abundance of peanut bunker that have taken refuge in most of these havens. Surprisingly, fluke fishing was still dynamite along the edge of Buoy 11 outside of Port Jeff Harbor. It's time for our correspondents to check in. Let's start off with Captain Timothy O'Rourke from Montauk. Tim.
Thank you, Matt. Well, greetings everybody from Montauk. You know what a difference a week makes, with the hurricane swell and the stiff northwest wind last week. The fly fishing and light tackle stuff has definitely changed. The albie fishing went from really hot to like few fish. They've moved up into the sound and kind of scattered. So that being said, there's a lot of boats on a very small amount of fish, and it's pretty challenging. So hopefully we'll get another run of fish coming in from the ocean. Not a whole lot of striped bass boiling on the surface, so hopefully that'll change with a little bit of cold weather. Locally, these guys are still picking away at some striped bass, deeper, trolling wire and stuff, but some days it's easy, some days it's a hard pick. Dan from the Double D is giving me some pictures of some nice bass, quality sea bass. Fluking's ending pretty good, a few bigger fish getting caught. Still some codfish south of Block Island. Offshore report, got a picture of nice tuna. Jack Knoll caught that the other day. And the tuna bites kind of shifted to the chunk, and it's definitely pushing a little bit further offshore. So either you got to look for a weather window, take a beating, or really pick your time. Again, I got my Sage Fly Fishing Demo Day event Sunday, October 9th, 2 weeks from this Sunday. Again, a lot of great raffle prizes from Sage, Fish Pond, Grundens, Van Stall, Yeti, you name it. It's going to be a good time. Hopefully we'll see you there. Looks like the weather from this hurricane in Florida is going to kind of mess things up this weekend, so maybe just get yourself ready for when the fall really kicks in and you got good weather. All right, Matt, I'll turn it back to you. Thank you.
From Sag Harbor, we have Andy.
Thanks, Matt. So report out of Sag Harbor this week as the summer season is kind of coming to a close. The fall season's picking up. We have striped bass kind of returning in around Montauk. The false albie run's been really strong, especially on top water baits along with bluefish, a lot of peanut bunker, a lot of different bait at the surface. So really a lot of fun to work that. Definitely recommend it. Sea bass still going strong. And really just overall inshore fishing has been fairly good. Offshore kind of shifting further west as the Gulf Stream pushes west as well. But keep at it, tight lines, and looking forward to blackfish season soon. Catch you next week. Back to you, Matt.
From Shinnecock, let's check in with Mike Dean.
Thanks, Matt. Hey, everyone. Show was awesome last week. So amazing to, bump into, a lot of people that I know and a lot of people that I hadn't known until last week that, watched the video and said hi, which is great, and just nice to be back at it, have everyone kind of in one spot. Just amazing turnout. Seminars were great. The Grace Fish Tag was really fascinating stuff. Matt's seminar with Dylan, Brandon, and a couple of guys, just really, unbelievable amount of knowledge being, passed around. Fortunately, I have not been able to put it to good use this past week with the crazy wind we've had and the big surf, even though it was pretty amazing how much the surf laid down from Friday afternoon into Saturday. I put plenty of time in on both in the bay and the ocean just, there was nothing. Saw a couple of bunker pods out, kind of far, way out of casting range. And just didn't have any luck tonight. Back in the bay, a ton of bait with like shad, sea robins, some small fluke, kind of slapping them around, crashing on them. Have not gotten into any bass. Cocktail blues as well. Saw cocktail blue blitz back in the bay in West Hampton on my way down to the beach, which came up with nothing there. So with all of that bait, though, an amazing catch on the Shinnecock Star. In 8 feet of water, a 14-pound fluke. Shinnecock Star just grinds all season. Captain John and mate Dina really do a great job. So it's very cool to have such an epic catch for them happen and for their customer, a fish of a lifetime. So that was really interesting. And if there's that kind of a fish back there, there's more. So that could be an option. Even though we're looking at a lot of wind this weekend, hoping the northeast wind kind of move the bait around and hopefully get these bass chewing. It does seem when I went back through logs on my camera roll that first week of October seems to be a little more steadier fishing. Not to say there aren't bass. It does seem like outgoing tide back in the bays. There have been some catches at night for guys that have been putting their time in, and it's not just a couple of casts and they're into one. So really grinding it out for for a couple of fish. So even though there's the wind and rain this weekend, no reason to not take a few casts. Give it a try. You never know. All right. Until next week, I'll talk to you then. Back to you, Matt.
Let's take a quick little break and get the latest from the Dreamboat and Costa Kayak Clash.
No new entries this week, so the standings remain the same. Bluefish is the fish of the month for October, and there are some gators around, so go out there and get on the board. And here are the current top 4 leaders. First place, Rob Carazano. Second place, Dean Paella. Third, Sam Dibner. And fourth, Garrett Weir. The Dreamboat Fishing Challenge is the Fisherman subscriber-only multi-species fishing competition with a chance to win a new Steigercraft 23 Miami powered by Yamaha, along with many other great prizes. Visit thefisherman.com to subscribe and get all the details so you can be part of the action. As for the Coastal Kayak Clash, no new entries this week, so now is your chance to make up some ground and compete for that Hobie kayak.
From Northport, we have Mark McGowan from Cow Harbor Bait and Tackle.
Hey guys, it's Phil from Cow Harbor here with this week's report. Just wanted to fill you in on all the fun stuff going on lately. A lot of albies out in the Sound. Better go get on them before this hurricane starts to show up and shifting some things around. They're all on rain bait, but people have been getting them on Hoagie epoxy jigs, peanut bunker jigs, deadly dicks, things like that. A lot of big bluefish inside the harbors right now. All the adult bunker have shown up to spawn yet again, and there's 10 to 15 pound blues on them for the most part. People have been saying in the evenings, you know, but you probably find them in the morning too. You got to go out and look around, you know. Same thing in the harbors, a lot of surf casters at night. Getting a lot of, you know, striped bass in the 10 to 20 pound range. It's looking pretty good. Some people have been telling me they've been getting 5 to 10 fish a tide. So things are starting to really look up for the fall run so far. Also, squid showed up. Pretty sure that has something to do with all the striped bass doing good for the surf casters. I've been hearing people squid fishing off the docks at night already with pretty good results. What else? Blackfish is going to start up pretty soon. So we've got all sorts of jigs stocked up. We got all your heavy duty gloves. Are going to get some anchor kits in pretty soon. The wreck anchors that are always pretty popular. The crabs we're going to probably end up getting the week before blackfish season starts, just to get all our stuff down. I know people always want to go explore some areas, so we'll have them. And until then, we bid you peace and tight lines.
From the Fire Island area in Great South Bay, let's check in with Captain Al Lorenzetti.
Hey Matt, Fire Island report. Fluke fishing is red hot. The fish seem to be stacking up coming out of the bay into the inlet area, so anywhere from the lighthouse to the inlet has been very, very productive, and a lot of nice sized fish as well mixed in. I mean, talking fish 3, 4, 5 pounds. So excellent. Week fishing still is also excellent, and that's been happening West Channel, Ocean Beach, all those typical spots. And lots of bluefish bouncing around and some big bluefish as well mixed in. And let me see, it looks like Friday and Saturday are going to be the best days, and then the east wind comes on from that hurricane remnant, so looks like Sunday through Wednesday is going to be pretty much a wipeout. But anyway, you want the full report, check in with skimmeroutdoors.com, and if everybody wants to go fishing, drop me an email through skimmeroutdoors.com. That's it for this week, Matt.
With our fly and freshwater report, we have Paul McCain from River Bay Outfitters.
Hello, Matt. Well, it's been a fabulous week for me. I was up with my beautiful wife. We've been up on Martha's Vineyard fishing with Abby Schuster from Kismet Outfitters. And let me tell you, we had a great time. Very windy, difficult conditions. I was lucky enough to hook one albie, that big albie, because it ended up bending a 1/0 hook. It was incredible just to see it, but the conditions were very tough. But we had a great time anyway. We're here on Edgartown on Martha's Vineyard. Great time. Now, as far as Long Island goes, bluefish are dominating the scene. All the back bays, everybody's telling me, with all the spearing and all the bunker we have on the back bays, it is just loaded with bait. And bluefish are on them. Bass are starting to show up. Weak fish are also make their appearance. Snappers are at every dock, so take your youngsters out there. It's a lot of fun. Freshwater, it's been really good in the spring creeks here on Long Island. We did get a little bit of rain, but the fish are there. The Connecticut, well, they're there. We were out fishing large flies, ant patterns, terrestrials, It's just been really good. This is the time of year to get out where you can. I'm having a fabulous time, and you should too.
Let's check in with Chris Ludwig. Chris.
Hey, thanks Matt. What's going on, guys? So this last week we had a real good mixed bag of striped bass and bluefish in our local backwaters. I started off earlier this week throwing this guy. It's the MX Plugs Popper. It's about 1 or 2 inches long with a single buck-tailed hook. And this thing is mean, dude. I mean, the striped bass they're not intimidated by it at all, and they come and slurp it right up, rather violently too. Moving forward, multiple nights this week I was fishing around some peanut bunker and mullet schools and did very well, with striped bass staying consistently over the 21-inch range, which is very good. You know, nothing too crazy in these backwaters, but I'm a light tackle guy. I enjoy it, so that's what I'm pursuing. So we were fishing things like this, like the rainfish, and then this 3-inch or 4-inch little Kayak paddle tail. I was using the Algag's whippet fish in a 1/4 ounce size. That thing was annihilating last night. Unfortunately, I lost all of them, so I couldn't show them to you, but trust in me, anything this size around the peanut bunker, as long as you're stealthy enough, they're going to pound it every time. So anyway, the fishing has been great. I hope you've all been doing well, and back to you, Matt. Take care.
From Jamaica Bay, we have Chris Landry. Chris.
Thanks, Matt. Well, the weather hasn't been very cooperative. The last week, offshore storms have caused high winds and big seas, making it tough to get out, and the next coming few days doesn't look any better, so be careful out there. I've been sticking more to land-based fishing, and on the jetties and some of the piers, I have been catching some small schoolies, which signifies the beginning of the fall run, with bigger fish soon to come. There's reports about stripers in and around Jamaica Bay. They're just starting to trickle in. There are still big stripers in New York Harbor, which seems to hold resident fish that are slot and over all summer long. The fluke season is about to end October 9th, so get that in. And then tog season begins October 11th, so get your tog rigs ready. There's still albies to be caught out there. Brooklyn angler Geronimo caught some pilot fish. The bluefin tuna bite is slow but still happening, and Rockfish Charters continues to prove themselves to be the goats of that bite. There's still yellowfin offshore if you can reach out to them. Other than that, still waiting on these bigger fish to come in, but the fall run is trickling and it's underway, so we look forward to that. Thank you. Be safe out there. And back to you, Matt.
Captain Mike Centry has the latest from Staten Island.
Well, it's late. I'm going to give you guys a little rundown. Went out for the tuna trips again and hooked into a 92-inch tuna. A little over 45 minutes to about 48 minutes to land it. Safely released. And with that said, well, there's definitely big tuna, that's for sure. The small 73-inch tuna, I have not heard pretty much anybody hooking into one. These are all pretty much big tuna on the Jersey side. Probably, if you say maybe 6-7 miles offshore, you know, right off the coast of Jersey is where I pretty much fish. A lot of bait fish out there. That's what's keeping these tuna around. Pretty tired, so yeah, it's late, and got some fish scales on me. Picked up some tuna in Belmar, some yellowfin that my buddies went out. They did very well today. I believe they got 17 big old yellowfins, so not bad over there. They hit some slop, came in to a nicer weather, so that was a good thing. But for us, we should be back out there hopefully maybe Saturday if this hurricane doesn't really stir things up too much. And another friend of mine, Guy Buno from Crunch Sportfish, check out this sheep set. I believe this babber was 8 pounds, caught on crabs. So quite a nice sheep set for this time of year. So get out there, guys. Big bass are being caught. There's plenty of bluefish, plenty of striped bass in the Hudson River, Hudson's, you know, New York City area. It's just a matter of time before those big fish keep coming. I'm going to still be pursuing tuna, so you can find me on Anglers of Legend Sportfish, on Facebook, and on Instagram, the same thing. I'm tired. Let me get going. Back to you, Matt.
Last, we have Captain Benn Gilmour from Marina Pez Vela down in Costa Rica.
Hey there, guys. It's Ben Gilmour here from the Marina Pez Vela in Costa Rica with this week's fishing report. Right now, we got a really nice mahi-mahi bite going on. The great thing about mahi-mahi is that they come really close to shore. Often we'll catch them only about 8 miles out, And right now we've got tons of 15 to 20 pound fish. What's going to happen over the next few weeks? We got a lot of rain this time of year, and the numbers of mahi-mahi are just going to increase as the debris washes out of our rivers, causes debris lines offshore, and we got the best mahi-mahi fishing of the year kind of around the end of October and early November. So looking forward to that one. We got a good billfish bite going on. We got sailfish, blue marlin, and then inshore we got roosterfish, snappers, jacks, and mackerel. Hope to see you guys down here in Costa Rica. Back over to you.
Check out this video's description on YouTube for all the related links and index for specific reports. Please support our correspondents by visiting their websites and social media pages. Don't forget that this video is available as a podcast on iTunes and Google Podcasts. Stay safe out there, and I will see you right here next week at thefisherman.com.